I wanted to take just a few moments to talk to you about how to use the library online. So, a couple of quick things. First and foremost, I encourage you to use the Ask a Librarian feature when you need library help. Your librarians are going to be your best resources. You can do that through text, chat, or email. Um, the chat is only available at certain times, and you're given what times up here from 10 to 5, I believe, most days. But you can text in real time, you can chat in real time, and you can email a librarian. But that does require you to consider your work in advance so that you are prepared and are able to take advantage of the resources when they're available to you. However, to talk about how to actually search the library, if I'm in Atlas, I'm going to go to search the library, and your Atlas might look a little different than mine, but it's pretty close. So once this comes up, I'm going to navigate you to the databases because I mentioned to you earlier that the databases were really where you're going to be. I gave you a list of several that would probably work nicely for you, but I know this can feel a little bit overwhelming. So let's go to so it's A to Z, and you can go to the letter. So if you consider the list that I gave you to search for, you can choose the letter, and then that'll make it easier to find it. So opposing viewpoints is one of the databases that I said might be helpful to you. So when we open up opposing viewpoints, you will see that there are this search engine kind of looks like a typical search engine in a lot of ways. And so the first thing it provides are issues of interest. So the fat acceptance movement, cell phones in schools, vaccines. Then you can go down and browse issues. And so you can go into umbrella topics like business and economics, energy and environmentalism, health and medicine, so on and so forth. And you can click and you can see the numbers. There's 48 topics. There's 114 topics. So if I'm thinking about, well, coming up with a topic idea, this is a really good way to start because you can come into opposing viewpoints and there's all sorts of topics that are debatable, that are controversial, that are listed here. So if I'm thinking about society and culture, there's 348 topics and it shows, Facebook, facial recognition, privacy, prostitution. So let's say Facebook. Then we can get a little bit of blurb on Facebook. And then when it loads, you'll see that there's all of these different articles, some featured viewpoints, some academic journals, primary sources, different viewpoints, all sorts of information that you could find useful on that topic. So opposing viewpoints, especially in the finding a topic phase of your research, could be very helpful. Let's see. Another one that I recommended was in the P's Points of View Reference Center. So if we go here, and this is hosted by EBSCOhost, here you have a good database. And so I might say, all right, I'm interested in social media and its influence on adolescence. And then I want to look at mental health. Maybe that's the topic I decide that I'm kind of interested in. And I want to see if there's information out there. Notice that I broke this up into keywords, social media and adolescence and mental health. I could say, or, so that would give me different results. So I could be looking at social media or adolescence, social media or mental health. But I'm going to choose and here because I really am interested in these three things if I'm considering this topic. And what we'll find here is there's a ton of research related to this. We've got 49 articles, which is pretty good, a couple of videos. So you could probably find information on this. It'll give us different points of view. So it can be very helpful to you. And notice I broke down, I didn't write social media and adolescent mental health because that would be a little bit too much to put in your search bar. You don't want to search it like you would Google. You want to break into those keywords of your search. All right, another database that I mentioned was Academic Search Complete. Academic OneFile is very good too. Either of those is going to have that same look to it as Points of View. But this has a little bit more information in it, but it's still very helpful, probably even more helpful in some cases. So maybe I wanted to write about gun laws and mass shootings and see how those two are intertwined, because I want to take a position either for or against more gun laws and their relationship to mass shooting. So I can see that there are a number of articles here for me. Something that you always want to check for is limiting to having full text, because if you don't limit to full text, then you may not find information that would be helpful to you. You might come across an article, but then not have access to it. So if it doesn't say full text, you don't have access to the full text of the article, which would be a problem. So something I will show you while I have you here in this article, you'll notice that there's this abstract, which is a summary of your article. You definitely need to read the full article. So to do that, you would want to go to the full text finder and it would get it there for you. But something else worth noting here is that most of the databases will give you citation information. So you can go to where it says cite, or sometimes it looks like little quotation marks, and you can scroll down and it'll give you the MLA 9th edition citation. Now, it's important to note that you would want to double check it for clarity to make sure that it was correct. Usually they're pretty good, but not always. I generally require you to include access date, so you'd want to make sure that was included at the very end. But you can copy and paste this into your document and then double check it. So that can be helpful to you. As far as in this early part of your research where you're, really brainstorming topics, another thing that you can do is go to Google and say, what are some debatable topics? And then it's going to give you lists of them. You can find a variety of lists. This can be a good place to start as well. Lots of times I tell students, start with Google, then go over to the databases and see what information you can find searching the library. Something else that's worth noting, even though I pointed you to certain databases, I do want to draw your attention to the fact that when you are in the library searching, you can go to, I'm going to go to search the library, which is back. It took me a little bit of a different way, but you can go to search anything and you can find things this way too. So I might say gun control in the United States. And if I'm searching this way, I can also find a variety of texts and things that are available. I'm probably going to look at resource type because we're not looking for books, we're looking for articles, we're looking for journals. So I would probably click articles, and then I would probably choose another type of source that I might look for would be journals. I'm probably going to not look for videos and things like that because that's harder. You're supposed to be using articles, and then I'm going to apply filters. Something else I'll do is make sure that there's open access or available online, something to that effect. I'm going to apply my filters and see what comes up. So here, I've got my topic in, and we're told these are different articles that are available. So here's a debate, gun control in the United States. I can check this, see what I think about it. It tells me that I can read it online. I can get the PDF. So all of that information is there. So that's good to know. Let's see if we go to it online. Let's see what we get. So it says, here's our full text. I can click on full text and let's see what happens. So here's my article or information to my article. I can get my article from here. There's also that citation option. So this can be a good way to search the library as well. And I bring this up to you because you can do this on the homepage of the course, and it does allow you to pin certain articles. So you can use this little thumbtack and it'll pin it for you. And then you can go up to the thumbtack at the top of the page and you are able to then see the things that you have pinned. However, for whatever reasons, it doesn't seem to be showing what I just pinned. But you get the idea. It should pin your the things that you wanted pinned. I would keep an eye out. Oh, it looks like it's going to load this time. So there's my gun control article that I just pinned. So I think that will be helpful to you as you conduct your research. As you're working through this process, if at any time you have questions about finding a topic or navigating the library, please let me know. I'm always available to help you as best as I can.